for the best grooming that is for you, for you. Yes, all natural and handcrafted too. We wanna help be a swagger, swagger, style, class, and luxury, luxury. Make our products tailor-made for you with high quality, yeah. So get in style with the black, yeah. Company, grooming company, you swagger, swagger, style, class, and luxury, in luxury, yeah. Black, gentleman, black, yeah. Company, you swagger, swagger, style, class, and luxury, in luxury, yeah.
Located at www.theblackgent.com.
Yo, yo, yo. What's good? What's good? It's Stormy B Man, and I am back. Welcoming you to the Tuesday Tussle for this Tuesday, September 10th, 2024. Yeah. We are back with another Tuesday Tussle, and we are calling this one Boxing Today, Served Soft. Yeah, a conversation. We're going to have a conversation about what's happening in the sport of boxing that makes this title. The fact that we're not seeing enough of a prided effort from a lot of these stalwarts in the sport. And some of your favorites may be included in this conversation, but it's just a dig at the fact that we see certain things going on, and there is not enough resistance for the movements of some of these guys. We see these guys and they don't do what they really should do, but nobody's holding them accountable. Therefore, they have no accountability. And it's tiresome. It's actually bringing the sport down more than the normal run-of-the-mill things that hold the sport back. Officiating, sanctioning bodies, the fact that one fighter who works hard at his trade through the ranks and trying to achieve his dreams of possibly becoming a world titleist, being held by the wayside because someone was able to slip an envelope to the corrupt sanctioning officials in the sport, taking one guy who was not even in consideration of contention and putting him right in the top 5, where they can arrange he to have a title shot within a short amount of time. See, because they know that most of the commoners, the casual fans, don't watch the ratings and rankings. They don't watch who's in the top 10 of each sanctioning body, because each sanctioning body, and we have 4 of them now, right? They have a top 10, and then some of those don't even have the same fighter in their top 10. How could that be? I'm ranked number 4 in the world, but by the IBO, the IBF, the WBC, WBA, and the WBO don't recognize me. There's something wrong there. And the guys who hold titles in those major sanctioning organizations are not anxious to defend against the top-rated guys who are not champions yet and are looking to challenge for their opportunity to change their lives. There used to be a time when some of the best in the world sought out the challengers. How dare you challenge me? I will show you who's boss. We're not seeing that. We're not seeing enough of it. And that's why this conversation will take place this evening. I'm not saying anything special that you don't know about, but it's the same as if you are on your job and you work hard and you work a position that could see you advance, to see a change in your salary, go from this to that. And then all of a sudden, someone who just walked through the door leapfrogs you, your experience in the workplace, and they get that bag that you were toiling so hard for. Isn't there something wrong with that? Isn't there something wrong with that? You see how different that is when you kind of put it into a relatable scenario. Yeah. And it's usually the usual suspects who provide the source of this conversation. There was a time when the world would see the best compete against one another. And they showed you why they were the best. They left it all in that ring. And sometimes it wasn't about the money. Though no one foolishly fought without a purse. But at some point, integrity took over. At some point, pride, ego, the fact that you understood that you were proficient at what you do, and you wanted it to be on display for the world to see. This is why a lot of the times we have classics to reflect upon. And for generations, there were those who were admirers of the classics, so much to the degree that they sought to emulate the stars of the classics. Today, a great deal of these competitors don't even know the people of the classics. My mouth dropped when I heard Gervonta Tank Davis admit to liking Roberto Duran, but had never watched Marvin Hagler. What? Duran fought Hagler. So what are we doing? My jaw also dropped a few years ago when the topic of lineal heavyweight position was raised. Often being referred to as a lineal champion was Tyson Fury at that time. And Anthony Joshua was questioning the media, what the hell is lineal? Now, that could have been a sarcastic stab by he, but such a unaccomplished person participating in the sport and seemingly having a road carved out for him, the carpet rolled out. Lineage should have been something that he should have taken note of, especially since when you talk about the heavyweights, it was a man from over there, the UK, who was the last lineal undisputed heavyweight champion. The man who beat the men, Lennox Lewis. Oh, but Joshua also called Lennox a clown for making a mere suggestion that he go over to the western part of the world of boxing and try to gain some experience for the global aspect and perspective of his career. Lennox is a clown, he said. Wow. Wow. That sounds like someone who has been jaded against legacy, jaded against the classics that we speak of, and jaded against someone who was world traveled, such as Lennox. Jamaican roots, lived in the UK, represented Canada in the Olympics, and fought heavily in the US as a contender and champion. A true world champion. Ali did the same thing. Ali fought all over the world. That is the type of representation that as a world champion that you would want to see out of someone. Not someone served soft and afraid to leave their yard, huh? And I'm not even talking about the country. I'm talking about their yard. Where you from, huh? You're from Brooklyn. You're from Brickton. You're from Wales. You're from Australia. But you can't step your toe into the seas of the earth to travel to compete somewhere else where people can set eyes on you, your abilities, and gain the respect. Yeah. So welcome, people. Welcome. Let's see who we got in the chat this evening. We're going to look it up and see who we have. Cameron Fields is out there with us this evening saying salute Stormy B-Man and chat family with the flames. What's good with you? Drew Titan, LLC, my partner in crime, is out there saying yo. Representing also with the Painful Excellence Podcast and Bear Cave Entertainment. Yes, sir. Universal Truth is in the building. What's good with you, Universal? Good to see you back, brother. Now, I will say this for you all that have been here since the show was starting with the music intro and everything, that if you notice that I put the subscribers only mode on because we have someone that decided to come over and pull their pants down. And you guys know that Stormy is not for the foolishness. So whomever this creep be, probably one of a million, troll accounts, you were supposed to take his head off. So, my new subjects, Cameron, this is what we do. Stormy B-Man doesn't do timeouts. Stormy B-Man, throw them the hell out. I know you're kind of new to my channel, so understand. It's no mercy here. So, please, have at it. Do what's necessary. May the guillotine strike. Because I don't like to be sidetracked or interrupted. I've handled the business. You all know what to do. Report and dismiss. Yeah. Stephen L. the Mac is in the building saying good evening, Sensei. What's good with you? Antonio MMA is back with us saying salute, Sensei. Oos. Yeah. William Old School is back with us saying salute Stormy B Man. Peace, my brother. And y'all smash the like button, people, when entering the building. Peace. Yeah. Black Martial Arts Society, my man, the Focus Ball. What's happening? AKA Healer the Teacher. What's happening with you? Steph Brown says, be well, Stormy B Man. Salute our chat family here tonight. Subscribers only. God be with you. Yeah. You see, this is what I have to do because you know what, Steph Brown and chat? If y'all did y'all jobs, as soon as you saw that, you were supposed to be on it. I tell you these things all the time. I may end up having to take all wrenches because y'all don't do your job. Huh? You got one. And you still can't do it. Huh? But you want me to acknowledge you when you come into the building and you say salute Stormy B Man. But I want you to do what you're supposed to do when you come into the building. Have my back. If you can't do that, I can't depend on you. And so therefore a wrench is unnecessary. Because if I have to do everything, I might as well just leave it where you're out there, but with not the respectability of being blue in my live stream. Even now as I'm speaking, the past 2-3 minutes, 4 minutes, I'm speaking on something where I could have continued on with my subject. But I have to address the foolishness. You see? No, come here and listen, Queen. You're in blue. You're in blue. That means you have been given keys to act. And when you have the keys to act, swing the bat. But make sure you catch all cranium, because I like to see cerebellum explode from being whacked. Yeah. Understand. You guys don't know how venomous I feel about the trolls because I understand what they represent. Huh? They're not here. That's not jokes. It's not. But being a disruptive element to cause dissension in the community. But how many times have you all who listen to me and pay attention do I speak on elevation? There's no monkey poo to be flung around here. None. For some who may have not seen this in a long time, understand what it means. Yeah. I'm violent, people. Always have been since I was a small kid. Very violent.
It's 11:30. We're supposed to be here. You know, we're supposed to be there by 9. Yeah, you're always fucking late. You're late for your own fucking funeral.
Yeah.
You must attend the morning ritual in uniform. Outside.
Yeah. And just in case any other trolls didn't get it,
Please don't kill me. No, ain't gonna kill you. You don't deserve that. Say hello to Big Dick Buster.
yeah. Yeah. See how I've gotten off my subject because of that foolishness? This image I have up on the screen of Ali and Frazier from their second fight, Super Fight 2. These two men represented the top of the division in boxing for that time. They were both charismatic fighters who played off of one another very well, particularly in the ring. Their styles were contrasting. Ali, the fleet of foot, fast-handed boxing fighter with great movement, and Frazier, who was a plotter, slugger, who would get into the barrel of your chest and break you down with a tremendous left hook as part of his arsenal. They were entertaining, but they took on all comers, and they took their craft most seriously. Frazier fought George Foreman twice. Even after he was annihilated and lost his heavyweight title to Foreman before this fight. Because when he fought Ali the first time in 1970, he lost his title to George Foreman in 2 rounds. He still fought Ali in this fight because he felt he was still the top of the division. These guys of today don't have that type of gumption. Oh, they'll talk a good game and have you believe that they are of the ilk of these 2 legendary warriors. But no, far from true. An example of what I'm talking about would be the likes of Gervonta Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson. 2 young fighters who are prominent, who are definitely talented, and who should have been facing one another by now and setting things up to the degree that they could have more than one fight against one another. Why is it not happening? I don't want to hear anything about the fact that different promotional companies and so forth and so on, because fighters, if they really want the fights, if they really truly want to make something happen, they push for it. These guys of today are more adept at pricing themselves out of the opportunity to face one another with unreasonable purse requests and splits. And they are very adept at putting down the other guy. This is something that they do on a regular basis now that I've noticed to the degree that it's nauseous. These guys, oh, he ain't fought nobody. Oh, look at his resume. Oh, who has he beat? Oh, those are nobodies. Oh, he doesn't knock anybody out. Oh, all he does is knock out bums. All of these things that they create as an excuse to not. And they have a fan base of people who are right there behind them. Yeah. That fan base that supports them, whether you're from his guy's hometown or his same city or state, but you don't want to see him challenged. Served soft. You know that ice cream you get off the ice cream truck where he puts it under that machine and it gives you the vanilla, the chocolate, or sometimes the combo swirl? That's soft serve ice cream. And when you get the cone away from the ice cream man, you have to start eating it right away. Otherwise, if it's a hot summer day, it's melting and going all down your wrist and everything. Soft, like these boxers of today. They just melt all that down into social media and spread the BS through all of you. And you all seem to lap it up, like licking that ice cream off your wrist, the melted ice cream. Instead of saying, hey man, stiffen up and face those doggone challenges that we want to pay to see. Turki Al-Sheikh is involved in boxing now, where he has the financial means to make certain fights take place with promotional representation partaking. And there are still a few of these fighters that don't want to cooperate with that. You can't tell me what to do. Reed. Man, he trying to make me fight somebody. Canelo. Gervonta. Funny how those two have been spoken about as the possible faces of boxing, which I've referred to as asses of boxing, because doesn't the ass have two cheeks? Uh-oh. Does the buttocks not have two cheeks? Huh? Heads and tails. See, some of you now are just kind of like, but I like him, Stormy. You can like whoever you want to like. But like their asses into matches of competitive nature against one another. You see, then you have the foolishness of old heads who align themselves to foolishness as well. This dude is one of the more recent, but he's always been suspect. Oh, I know what you did with James Toney there, bro. You don't get a pass. And there were other fighters that you didn't see. Huh? Michael Nunn. Yeah. The latest of this Russian citizen he's spoken about your hero, Canelo. Huh? Do you know what he said? He said Canelo shouldn't have to be forced to fight anybody. He has always played for the other team, people. And you can tell the tree by the fruit it bears. The sellout has sold out. And so he's there backing he who's lacking. Yeah. But they can have one another. This is why I made reference to the classics. What classic has he been a part of? I'll wait. I will wait. He hasn't. He hasn't. What could have been a classic is the possibility of a James Toney rematch or even a showdown finally with Michael Nunn. Front runners are something else, people. Because they can give you the impression that they're doing well until they have to overcome. Yeah. Oh, did I mention, by the way, he popped dirty? Did I mention, by the way, there were glove issues? Did I mention, by the way, that some opponents were not given proper prep time, when it's time to fight on fight night? Being ushered out of your dressing room too soon and early and everything without warming up properly and all that. Oh, yeah! But see, everybody's not supposed to know these things. Not me, man. You ain't fooling me. I told you, some of your favorites, huh? Some of your favorites. This man knows damn well that the person that he's hugging in this photograph is not cutting the grade at the top of his division and freezing out potential future champions and holding the titles hostage that are in his grasp. One opponent in particular he has avoided now for 4 years. That's freaking ridiculous. A man who lost the belts allegedly on the scales. And he had no interest in facing him when the man had the title. But as soon as he was stripped of the title on the scales, within a couple of months, he was fighting for that man's title. And that person has also been in several title eliminator bouts, but never with the opportunity to fight the so-called current champ. Politics, envelopes, cartel do tell the truth. But you're not supposed to know these things. Boxing fans, Bob Arum says, are like rocks. You can kick them in any direction. Feel much like a rock now? Yeah. See, served soft spans across the generations. It's just that there was a time when there was less of it. But it's undeniable that it exists. It is prevalent today. And they have the nerve to get mad, angry, pissed that they go on social media and have their little rants toward us, content creators. Because everybody don't have lip gloss, and Carmex, to kiss their rear ends. Some of us talk the talk that should be spoken. Yeah. That accountability thing that I talk about. It escapes me not that there are certain individuals that don't represent from that vantage point at all. I gotta take this image down because it gives me the creeps. Yeah. But there's one last image I'm gonna put up. I'll leave that up to the end of the show. Because there's always silver lining when we're out here in the darkness, where there can be a beacon of light, hope even, that there's still good fish in the sea. Bill and Devin Haney, a dynamic duo of father and son tandem that has represented in the sport of boxing in the most positive of manners. And you know what's so interesting? That they're doing what they do with their own promotional company and have shown us that independence can be a good thing, especially when you keep positive relationships. But the old timers in the promotional aspect of boxing don't like this new wave thing of independence. Because if you have much of that, it makes them obsolete. Because they really don't do their jobs anyway. Devin Haney has fought on Top Rank, Matchroom, PBC. Yeah. Interesting. Nobody could ever say to him, "You're on the wrong side of the street," There have been people who've alleviated themselves of their titles to avoid him. There have been people who have jumped divisions to avoid him. Made outstanding, ludicrous demands for a purse split to face him. This is just a little former lightweight that is now a junior welterweight that may soon be a welterweight. What's so scary? And we have young folk today who want to be self-made, right? Want to be their own men. Because PBC sure ain't making men out of the mice that have run through their barn house, No. Wrong side of the street. Some of these young men who become free agents and are in between promoters, why haven't they come and seen Mr. Haney? Why haven't they enlisted his services as an advisor for representation. Ooh, that would be too much like right, huh? Because that's another melanated man who has shown himself with a worthiness, a sense of value in one of the most corrupt sports. But see, you don't hear these content creators out there talking like that, right? Because you know why? That's about coming together and having a progression. But when you're so into flinging monkey poo, huh? Not only do things be murky, they be shitty, huh? Yeah. Salute to these men and what they do. You need to wake up and smell your failures. Yeah. But y'all don't hear me though. You don't hear me though. And it's okay.
Get ready to take your striking game to the next level with the Focus Ball. Dramatically improved footwork, timing, head movement, hand-eye coordination, reflex, and overall fight IQ. It's lightweight and extremely portable, so you can train every time, everywhere. When you don't have a coach to do mitt work, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a heavy bag to hit, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a sparring partner, get yourself a Focus Ball. And when you just want to have fun punching and kicking, get a Focus Ball. When you train with the Focus Ball, you train your eyes and your brain to read punches so that you can hit and not get hit, making this very simple device a must-have for all combat sports athletes and enthusiasts alike. So if you want to take your striking game to the next level, don't wait. Get the Focus Ball now.
Yeah, and so we come to the end of another tussle. And there was much said, but not enough. This subject will be revisited and spoken of at a greater detail at a future time. But just know that there's a great deal more of the turning of wheels to understand and comprehend what's going on in this sport. And a lot of the participants, the fighters, are allowing themselves to not maximize their potential. Some at the cost and expense of legacy, others at the cost and expense of integrity. Yeah. But let it be known. This is Stormy B, man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Peace.